first reason why I'm here is probably because my Uncle John. So my Uncle John, who you know me, you know I have an Uncle John, basically is the reason why I'm here. He has an intellectual disability. So he is probably 65, probably getting to be 70 years old. He has an intellectual disability. So what does that mean, intellectual disability? It means he has a lower IQ than the typical individual. So individuals with intellectual disabilities, it doesn't mean you can't socialize well, it just means that you just have a lower IQ. So at birth, he had umbilical cord around his neck, deprived of oxygen, wasn't supposed to be abnormal pregnancy, happened to be abnormal pregnancy back then, couldn't fix the issue, had an intellectual disability throughout adulthood, has been living with his grandparents until a couple weeks ago. My grandma just passed away actually. So he's been pretty independent. He drives his own car, he works full time, and he has just needed a little bit of assistance from my dad come into my grandma's and kind of checking on him, seeing how things are going, making sure he's got good social life, that type of thing. But typically with individuals with intellectual disabilities, you'll find that they kind of get outcasted in society. Eventually, at a certain age, they just kind of get isolated, and it's not their fault. It's just kind of just how society is. We just kind of forget that there's people who need that support system in order to have social life. So remember that these individuals that we'll work with are going to probably become people like my uncle who live a pretty isolated life throughout adulthood. They may get involved in Special Olympic programming, and that's going to be the most social thing that they do, or they get involved in dance programs, or they get involved with other occupational recreational activities, but that's their livelihood. And a lot of these parents who are good supporters of their child with disabilities, they will take them to Miracle League. They will take them to places like I Can Do It, our class here on Saturdays and in the summer. They will reach out to Special Olympics, but then you're going to have individuals that have physical disabilities, who physically can't participate in team sports. Cerebral palsy, could be spina bifida, where they only have upper body ability. So you have to think, well, what can they do? Well, they can get involved in Paralympics, right? Paralympics is when you have a physical disability, but not an intellectual disability.